Morning walk is the best medicine for our health, wealth, and happiness. It helps us stay fit and healthy. It keeps us fit and increases our mental alertness. People who take morning walk are more active than those who do not take morning walk. They have good concentration power which helps them in their daily activities, like studying, working, etc. They also feel less stressed because they are relaxed during morning walks. Exercise 2. Load shedding is a major obstacle to the development of our country. It affects both the rich and the poor, but it affects the poor more. Load shedding causes economic losses to industries, businesses, and trade which are unable to function properly due to lack of electricity supply. It also affects our education system as students cannot study during load shedding hours and teachers have time to give lectures due to lack of electricity supply in schools or colleges. Exercise 3. Social media has its problems too. It is easy for people who have been on social media their whole lives to take things online too seriously despite the fact that it does not always, or most of the time, reflect reality. People can post about their perfect selves, which does not happen often for me, but maybe once every few months. Which means you will always have something to talk about. No one knows unless someone else tells us first. Exercise 4. Television is a great breakthrough of science for modern people. It can be used as a medium for entertainment and education. We can get all kinds of programs, entertainment, scares, etc. with the help of television. It is one of the most amazing inventions made by humans to improve the quality of their lives so that they can access them at any place or time without having to be physically present and with the latest technology, and can provide relevant information. Exercise 5. The Kashmir dispute is a dispute between Pakistan and India. It arose after the partition of British India into two independent countries in 1947, when the state of Jammu and Kashmir was carved out of a part of the former Malappuram province. India claims that it was not legally transferred to Pakistan from British India, and has maintained the land since then. There have been attempts to resolve the issue, and to create international forums to resolve the issue of Kashmir, but all these attempts have failed because the two sides have different views and there is still no solution. Exercise 6. This is my village. It is a beautiful village. There are green fields around the village. It is summer today. The sun is shining and many people are gathered in the wheat fields. They are harvesting the ripe wheat crop. They are working very hard. It is not easy to work under the scorching sun. But they are very happy. They have achieved this skill after many months of hard work. Now they are harvesting the crop. Tomorrow they will separate the grains from the chaff. They will eat the grains themselves and feed the chaff to their animals. The people of the village are simple and hardworking. Exercise 7. This is a story that reflects the weakness and inconsistency of will in man. The storyteller has symbolically described the journey of a man who gets on the wrong bus. During the journey, different ideas are swirling in his mind and he is unable to put any of them into practice. He realizes after some time that he is on the wrong bus, but due to the speed and rush of the bus, he does not take any step. Exercise 8. Pakistan is basically one and a vast majority of the people live in villages. Farmers have to work day and night. But very little attention is paid to their betterment and development. The villages lack basic amenities. Perhaps that is why a large number of people move to cities. Exercise 9. At present, Pakistan is surrounded by many domestic and international problems. Our enemies are trying to harm us day and night. We are all well aware of this. The enemy of the Islamic nation is very clever and cunning. To overcome all these difficulties, we need a sincere and honest leader who can take us out of the whirlpool of destruction and oppression. We need to learn lessons from our glorious past. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our country from all calamities and trials. Ameen. Exercise 10. Mobile phones are an invention of the present age. They have many advantages. They are the most effective and convenient means of communication. But they also have disadvantages. We should discourage their misuse. Harassing others on mobile phones is very undesirable. We should all give up their misuse. People who harass others cannot be happy themselves. Exercise 1. We come across some forgetful people in our surroundings. And some geniuses are also forgetful to some extent. We know that Newton boiled his pocket watch instead of an egg. Once Einstein was traveling on a train without a ticket. When the checker demanded the ticket, he frantically started searching for the missing ticket. However, when the checker could recognize him, he assured that the scientist would not have to search for it. Einstein still went on searching and remarked that he was searching to find out where he was going as he had forgotten about his destination. Exercise 2. We all know that health is wealth. With its intricate network of bones, muscles, and organs, a well-functioning human body is much like an orchestrated symphony. To keep this orchestra playing well, we need physical exercise. It may take the form of sports, yoga, or even regular walking. It is well known that people who engage in physical exercise stay happier and live longer. Exercise 3. Our society is turning towards more and more technical sophistication and automation. The machine has replaced our physical labor. To compensate for this lifestyle, we need physical exercise. Exercise also sharpens our intellect. It keeps a balance between our body and mind. With the help of regular physical training, we will stay healthier, happier, and more alert. However, over-exercise or exercising in an improper way may tell upon our health and growth. We must therefore do it in a balanced form. Exercise 4. In recent periods, many campaigns have been organized against employing children in mines, factories, motor garages, restaurants, tea stalls, and shops. Various households employ poor children, though only a few provide their child servants with adequate food and clothing. They are deprived of education and their wages are paid to their parents and the money is rarely spent on them. It is the extreme poverty of their parents that forces the children to adopt such a profession at a minor age. Hence, we need not only strict laws but also thorough economic reforms to reduce the poverty line. At the same time, the spread of literacy is essential to root out these shameful practices still prevalent in our country. Exercise 5. The greatest wealth is our health. A healthy body can earn great wealth, but a wealthy person cannot earn great health. We live in a fast-moving world where individuals have no time for themselves. Most of their life withers away in search of materialistic wealth to outshine others, but, along the way, they lose their health. Wealth matters, but is not as important as health. Spending lots of money on junk food in 5-star hotels or on other entertainment sources like watching films for a day and so on has no advantages other than self-satisfaction. Exercise 6. Coeducation is a system of education in which boys and girls study together in a common school or a college. Coeducation was not prevalent in ancient times. It is a groundbreaking thought. The parents supported the case for adequate education for the children irrespective of their sex. The countrymen realized that the boys and girls have to move together and shoulder to shoulder in every walk of life in the free world. They started educating their children in coeducational institutions. Coeducation creates an environment of competition among boys and girls through the activities which they carry out in the schools. That is the reason why the students of coeducational institutions do better in every walk of their lives. Exercise 7. Pakistan has been facing several national and international. Exercise 8. Pakistan has been facing several national and international problems since its inception. The enemies of the state are in constant pursuit to harm us. These enemies of our nation are very clever and cunning. To get out of these problems, we not only need a sincere and honest leader who can bring us out of destruction and oppression, but we also need to be aware of their propaganda and build our national character. Exercise 8. We can tell from the name, Punjabi is the most spoken language in the province of Punjab. It is a very old and culturally rich and diverse language, hence it is not only spoken in Punjab but also spoken and understood in other provinces of Pakistan. In addition to this, there is hardly any country in the world where the Punjabi-speaking community does not exist. Punjabi resembles Urdu to a great extent. Both languages are written in the same script. Punjabi folk tales and poetry are famous all over the world. Exercise 9. Health and hygiene are very important in a person's life. It stands for the basic cleanliness and good habits in someone's daily life. Hygiene is very important if you wish to stay healthy. Basic cleanliness must be followed by everyone and must be developed through practice. Taking a bath and brushing your teeth is an example of everyday hygiene. Similarly, many such practices must be followed for staying clean and healthy. Exercise 10. Reading develops our brains and gives us the ability to understand life in a much better fashion. Besides, there's a lot of room for grammar and language development. When you read a lot, you learn new words all the time. I firmly believe books can go more in depth than a movie can. When you read a script and then watch the movie, more details are added that would not be there in a movie. As a rule, I always read at least a few pages every day. I read books primarily to learn, grow, and feed my curiosities and love for good stories.